Hey, Shalom Yasharala, which means peace, Israel. I'd like to start off by giving our praises and honor and our glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash, Yahweh, being the true and powerful mighty name of who the word ignorantly calls. God, Jehovah, Yahweh, our higher. Bahashem means in the name. Yahweh Shai is the true and powerful mighty name of who the word ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Yeshua, Yeshua, or Yeshaya. And the Rachakodash is the Holy Spirit according to the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongue. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who have learned the truth of the Bible from. A peace, blessing, safety, and salutation unto the hopeful elect, to you believers and listeners out there who came back into the faith and obedience of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Much love and respect unto you brothers pushing this gospel with sincerity and truth, risking your lives and freedom now more so than ever. May Yahweh Bashem Yahushai continue to bless you and your households. I'm the brother Yawan coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing, is edifying. All right, and I have a couple of articles I want to go into today, showing you that, hey, this devil's coming out the same playbook, and it could be a repeat of what happened back in 2019. Okay, 2019, the 2020 ordeal. All right, so it says, is a new disease X pan on the horizon, and I was going to leave it at that. You see what the rest of the word says, because I don't know about YouTube and their algorithms, and I ain't got time. So let's go into this article. Just 4 years after the beginning of the C-19 pan, a new pan allegedly is on the horizon, or so-called headlines in various news outlets. This new pathogen is apparently so serious that a panel at the 2024 WHO was expected to be devoted to it at the group's annual conference in mid-January 2024. All right. So, hey, look like these devils is, coming together to see how they about to make this thing happen. All right. And then let's not forget what that devil Bill Gates said. He said this one didn't get their attention, talking about the C-19, but he said the next one most definitely will. Could this be the next one that he was talking about? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. Okay, but there's one thing many people, conspiracy theories, and news outlets alike neglect to mention in reports about this pan of disease X is not real yet. Okay, and they say it's not real yet, but these devils, they make all this stuff up in a lab. Okay, all this stuff is lab made, and it's only a matter of time before they release it out into the public. Okay, just like they did with the C-19. So, I mean, this just makes me think about, a lot of the video games and stuff. The video games and, movies always around the damn disease. Okay, you had the T virus and Resident Evil. Okay, it was this one game I played called Prototype. It had a disease. You had the disease in the game called The Division. Okay, these devils are trying to tell y'all something, man. You got it in all these different, post-apocalyptic end-time movies. But back to the article. Disease X and Pathogen X are placeholder names for a fully fictitious disease in the organism that causes it. In the same way that the letter X in mathematics stands for an unknown variable. According to the University of Nebraska's Gold Center for Health Security, the term Disease X was coined by the WHO in 2017 as a way to promote base level research into cures for unknown but highly dangerous pathogen. Now, in a post C-19 world, many global leaders are paying closer attention to public health crises like pandemics, and using the placeholder name Disease X gives them an easy way to discuss it. Okay. And see, when I think of X, I think of Xing out a lot of people. Okay, but that's just me. Naming the theoretical ailment Disease X was also a bit of public relations master move. The name is catchy, simple, and could attract public attention to causes in global health. Based on the current outcry from people like conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, making claims that Disease X was real, but also a global conspiracy, might have worked a bit too well. And they have a video here of him. I'm not gonna play it, but I'll link this article in the description box in case you want to go back and watch the video. In a similar vein, claims about Disease X being human made and killing 100% of lab mice were blatantly false. So they say, these devils always got to control the narrative. Disease X does not exist. Regardless, research created by the initiative is dedicated to finding shortcuts to cures rather than killing mice. The WHO is genuinely concerned about future pans, especially ones caused by something we haven't expected. For instance, if a pandemic of Ebola was to occur in the next year, humanity would be relatively equipped to handle it. We have the V's against Ebola and know how to control its spread, but with a pandemic caused by an as yet known potential disease X, having a basic research framework already in place might allow healthcare workers to save more lives and scientists to develop a cure faster. That ties into another common claim spread online that there's already a V for Disease X. And hey, I don't blame people for thinking like that because you see how fast they came up with a V for the C-19. Okay, and normally doesn't take that long, that short of a time period for them to create a V. It normally takes longer than that. They came up with it in a matter of months. And it normally takes a few years, but hey, continuing on, thus confirming the conspiracy theorists' belief about the whole effort is meant to subdue the general population. And man, that's true. Okay, they pretty much telling you without telling you. They try to mask it under, conspiracy theorists. Okay. To make people seem like it's crazy, but that's really what they're doing. Okay, these devils are mocking people, man. Revelation of the method. But this is not true. Since Disease X does not exist, there is no V. But again, that's the point of the initiative. The WHO wants to be prepared for whatever Disease X ends up being by conducting a lot of preliminary research and all sorts of diseases, making it more likely humanity has studied something similar in the past. That would give the scientists and healthcare workers on the front lines of the next pandemic a larger toolbox with which to fight the disease. Okay, so enough on this article. Let me bring out another article that I had. Oh my gosh, where is it? I just had it. History. Oh, that was right here in my face. Okay, this was from 5 hours ago. It's titled Global Elites Plan for Disease X. Next pandemic 20 times more fatal than the C-19. Some of the world's most powerful people will be in Davos to discuss plans should a new global health threat emerge. The WHO is hosting leaders from around the world to discuss preparations for the next pandemic, which they fear could kill 20 times as many people as the C-19. And I just keep hearing Bill Gates in my head. This one didn't get your attention, the next one will. Tedros Adhan, Adhanom, not even to pronounce that, General Director of the WHO, will host a seminar titled "Preparing for Disease X" at the WEF annual meeting in Davos, Switzerland, on Wednesday. Disease X is a synonym used for a future disease with pandemic potential that could devastate the world. The discussions are all theoretical, with global leaders wanting to make sure they are prepared in case another pandemic emerges. And I'm pretty sure stuff is just gonna just start happening more and more, after this meeting goes on. But let's continue. With fresh warnings from the WHO that an unknown disease X could result in 20 times more fatalities than the C-19 pandemic, what novel efforts are needed to prepare healthcare systems for the multiple challenges ahead? The event descriptions explains. These efforts include anything from research into current viruses and bacteria with pandemic potential to ensuring nations have a plan in place to acquire PPE if a new global health threat emerges. Targeting priority pathogens and virus families for research and development of countermeasures is essential for a fast and effective epidemic and pandemic response, Michael Ryan, who leads the WHO Health Emergency Program, said in a previous statement. Without significant research and development investments prior to the C-19 pandemic, it would not have been possible to have safe and effective V's develop in record time. While the world was caught off guard by the C-19 pandemic, many nations like the U.S. had previously stockpiled PPE for that very situation. Further decades of research into mRNA technology and its potential to create V's led to the shots. Rolling out less than a year into the pandemic, this quick response likely saved thousands of lives and allowed the world to return normal earlier than in previous global pandemics. More than 1,000 global leaders of businesses and government are expected to be in Davos this week. These include none of them people matter right now. Oh, nope. President Emmanuel Macron of France, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, and JP Morgan Chase CEO is either Jamie or Hyman Diamond. Okay. And that's the end of the article. Lord willing, I remember to post both of these articles in the description box. Let's get some scriptures. All right. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. All right, so that's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is bringing plagues upon this earth. Okay, he's bringing plagues upon this earth because of all the wickedness that's going on with his people, the Israelites, which consists primarily of so-called Negroes, Latinos, Natives, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. You also have the Israelite foreigners who are likened unto the speckled bird, who look like the heathens because they were driven amongst the heathens, but their bloodline and lineage goes on to Jacob by way of their fathers. Okay, in the heathen nations. From the wickedness of the Israelites in these heathen nations, Yahweh Bashim Haushai is bringing all these diseases, the wars, okay, the uprising of the people. All right, he's bringing all this because of all this wickedness. Let's jump down to verse 11, and it reads, But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and will smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. And one of the plagues of Egypt was like diseases. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall bring upon it. That's right. And you know, because hey, he's tired. And it's time for a cleansing of this world. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Okay, and we live in this, and perilous goes into dangerous. And we are living in some deadly, dangerous, serious times. All right. The Lord is done playing around. This is Luke chapter 21 and verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. All right. If you go into that word pestilences, pestilence, a fatal epidemic disease. Okay. So there's no coincidence that all these sicknesses is coming onto this place. And then you having these meetings of so-called global leaders, all right, really on the cool, to seeing that Jake ain't got no seat in these meetings. All this is a Psalms 83 situation. Let's get that. It's Psalms 83 and 1, a song or psalm of Asaph. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. And the enemies of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which is also the enemies of the Israelites, are these so-called heathens, these other nations. All right, continuing on. Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, which is self-proclaimed white man, and the Ishmaelites. The Ishmaelites are, they're the so-called Arabs. Okay. Of Moab, those are the so-called Chinese. All right, and the Hagarenes. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. The Hagarenes, they're also they're part of the Ishmael. They're descendants of the Ishmaelites. All right, now let's go. And I'm using my reference, the Zondervan compact Bible. So let's go and see who Gabal is. And it says Gabal. Just Salakia, bear with me for a second. Trying to utilize my tools more often. Gabal are Hamites. All right, yep, Gabal is Hamites. Ammon is the so-called Japanese. Amalek are the small hatters, the 1948ers. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Hamites, Ashur, the Assyrians also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. So all these heathen nations have come together against the children of Israel, okay? And I'm pretty sure, because you go back to the other article that I had, that's pretty much their main target right there. Is a Jake man, a so-called, it would look to be a so-called Negro man, okay? with a mask on that has an X on it. And, I just take that as symbolic as, Jake is going to be their main targets, the Israelites, just like how they became the main target the last time when it was the C-19. That's why the scriptures say, Sirach 12:10, never trust thy enemy, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Yeah, we can never trust these devils. Yeah, they're gonna, have these meetings. They're gonna come with all these mandates and lockdowns and all this stuff, but we are to trust in Yahweh Bashim Hawashai. Okay? And just go along with the get along until, they try to get us to do something unlawful like getting a jab or getting that chip. Continuing on, verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such cometh nigh a wild beast? So one that goeth to a sinner is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity. So yeah, who's gonna feel sorry for you people they're trusting these devils, and you go and fall into their hands. That's gonna be your fault for putting confidence in an unfaithful man. For a while, verse 15, he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. And this is the nature of these people. They'll come to you with these soft words, these sweet words. They really doing this to get you to bring your guards down so that they can overthrow you. Continuing on in verse 16, he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And this is important right here. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. So then all they're going to do is just pretend they help you, because they're not really here to help you. They're here to destroy you so they can get their plans off the ground, which is the NWO, their New World Order. That's what they're trying to go for. That's their end goal. But Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is only going to let them get so far. So from there, let's go to Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 19. Confidence in the unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. That's how a lot of you people are going to be. Okay? Y'all gonna have a foot out of joint because y'all trusting in this devil. Okay? These damn Edomites that prove to you time and time again, that they cannot be trusted, that they don't have you Israelites' best interest in heart. But y'all gonna continue to trust in these damn devils, and that's gonna be to your demise. Okay, who you need to put your trust in is Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Okay, that's who you need to put your trust in. But I know this is only gonna fall into the ears of the elect, because 2/3 is just not gonna get this. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. I pray and hope that this lesson is edifying, giving our praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua Bahashem Rakakadash. Giving double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and peace, blessing, safety, and salutation to the hopeful elect, and to you believers and listeners out there. Shalom.